Welcome everyone to Real Life Trading, where our mission is to enrich lives. My name is Brad Reed, and I am a real life trader, and I'd like to remind you to be good, and by good, I mean get out of debt, achieve your financial dreams, and give generously to your community. Today is January 26, 2018. We are ending our free week of webinars here in a couple of minutes. But I've had some requests to talk about TradingView. So I'm going to do a TradingView little tutorial here. I'm probably going to do it with my glasses on. That would be better. Java's here. What's going on? I did get a question real quick if I am in Starbucks, and I am not because, oh, that's what I had drawn. That's what I had drawn. That is a higher low right there, and that really low right there is what kept me out of it. But I'd be profitable. If you are in Starbucks, I show a pivot at 57.05, so I would be exiting all at 57.07 if you are in that, and congratulations. John says, how do we see the recording? Later on today, I'll post this on YouTube and send it out. Justin, what's going on, Linderman? Says, Brad, you are not sharing your screen. I am sharing my screen, and I show it on my monitor. Can you guys type in a 3 if y'all can see my screen? Richard says, no afternoon swing session. Absolutely, there is an afternoon swing session. It is Finance Friday. A lot of 3s. All right, folks. Well, let's go ahead and get busy here. I will be watching this E-Trade setup very quickly. For those of y'all, congratulations that we nailed 2R on Intel. I think you guys had your target a little bit higher, but like Jeremy said, holy smokes, that's where you exit. BBBY, I did a trade early this morning, broke even, and then lost about 0.6R on that one. So yeah, not really looking to get into any more day trades today. E-Trade is the most tempting. If you want it, there it is. It looks a little bit better on the 15. That's what it looks like on the 15-minute. Groovy. All right, so let me get a clean chart. And here I'm looking at DIA, Dow Jones, and I'm looking at the daily chart. Now, in the upper left, you see there's a couple of numbers up here. 1 is for a 1-minute chart, 5 is a 5-minute chart, 15 is a 15-minute chart, and the 1H is an hourly, 1D is the daily, and 1W is the weekly. If you hear a little bit in the background, I do have my 4-year-old son with me today. I usually don't talk on the mic when he's here, but hey, it's a special occasion and a special week. So the first question that I got is, how do I put in a line? Well, I'll get to these moving averages, but let's do lines. The second one down over here, I can click on this little button right here, and I get all of these choices for lines. A horizontal line is the third one down. And if I come over here and find a spot, let's see, it looks like they're likely to be support at the bottom of this candle on January 12th, so I just click. Another way you can do it, and maybe I would expect some resistance here at the top of this candle on December 4th, put my mouse about there and hit Control H. That is not it. What just happened? Is it Alt H? Here I am thinking I'm cool, and yeah, Alt H. We'll do that. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate that. John says, how do we search YouTube for the recording? John, we'll send you a link in an email today. But if you go to YouTube, let me see, I need to move this out of the way. If you come over here to, oh, I told someone, let's see, I told Joe that I would put this in the chat pane. So let me copy that. I think Joe already signed up. Go into the chat pane. Sorry for those of you watching the video, you will not be able to see this. You will not be able to see my chat pane, but we're running a promo today. So if you come over here to youtube.com and you type in real life trading, you're going to get a whole bunch of videos from real life trading because we only have about 1 million gajillion. Oh man, only 770? Well, only 770. But if you do real life trading and then type in Trading View, then you'll get a couple of our videos on how to use Trading View, and this one will be posted there. So tell you what, I'll put this in the chat pane, but it will be in an email that we will send out to you this afternoon. Rebecca's asking me questions not related to Trading View, and I'm not really sure. I know right now, and I probably shouldn't put this in the video, we're running a special. I'm going to put it in the video anyway. Jeremy can edit it out if he doesn't want to. I know a month ago, just the day trading room, I think, was $199 a month. And I think if you bought the package of the morning and the afternoon, it was like $249. And the weekly options newsletter on top of that was, you could get all three for $269. And I'm not trying to do any kind of infomercial commercial here, but now you can get all four. The crypto class starts Monday, I believe. You can get all four for $169 a month. Joe, what's up? But yeah, so if you follow the link live.reallifetrading.com, you can check all of that out. Oh, Jose says, let me know when to give you a call. Give me about 30 minutes, Jose, and we'll check it out. But that's how you do horizontal lines. Delete, delete. If you want to do a trend line, see this one, there's one, the top one says trend line. And then you just click once and click twice. And maybe you don't like that one because that one is pretty horrible. So you can drag it around to where you want it and say, you know what, let me try that right there. And I'll connect that over there. Just how fast are we going? And of course, what you'll see, what I've been talking about a lot with traders is that we are going parabolic, meaning that the rate of our increase in the market is increasing. And that is not sustainable. So I do expect a fairly healthy pullback in the market sometime soon. And I know the news agencies will be going, and the political parties will be saying, see, I told you so. But folks, you guys can see, you know, whatever these non-finance, non-stock traders are going to say the reason the market goes down, man, that's just not sustainable. It's going to come down. I'm not saying go bearish just now, but you know, watch out for it. So that's how you draw trend lines. Now, we use a lot of moving averages, and those moving averages, let me see if I can get rid of mine. And we'll get rid of volume too. If you come over here to where it says indicators, and you click on indicators, I've got technical analysis and built-ins pulled up. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. You get moving average exponential. It's alphabetical. Moving average exponential. I can click on that. And I just know, because how I do my charts, I'm going to need 3 of them. So 1, 2, 3. And you see over here, I get 3 exponential moving averages. I'm also going to do, let's see, I'll adjust these. If I click on the second icon over, it's a little gear looking thing, and it says format. I click on where it says format. I can change the length, and let's say I want this one to be a 10 exponential moving average. I'm going to go over here to style, and I'm going to change that to brown. I can do the same on the second one. I can click the format. For the inputs, I can make that the 20. It already is the 20, sounds good. I'm going to make this one a dark navy blue. And for this third one, I'm going to click the gear setting. And I'm going to change this one to a 50 exponential moving average. And for the color, I'm going to make it this kind of purpley thing over here. You don't have to copy my colors. I have a different color for every signal on a chart. So if I'm drawing a line at a pivot for a gap and go, a pivot for a retest gap, support, resistance, targets, moving averages, entry, stops, targets, all of those things, they're all a different color. So I can very quickly see what's what color is what? Groovy. Y'all are asking lots of questions. I'm going to finish up this video for TradingView, and then I will do my very best to answer every single one of your questions. But that's how I do the exponential moving averages. Now, Jeremy likes to have his long-term moving averages on a separate chart. I like mine all on the same chart, and I think Latoya has a combination of that. So let me click on this indicators again, and I'm going to find just plain old moving average. So there's moving average, and I'm going to need 2 of those, so I click it twice, and I see moving average appear twice up here. Let me close out my indicators box, click on format, and for this one, I want a 100 simple moving average. For the style, I'm going to make that a light blue. And since that's going to be hard to see, I'm going to make it a fairly thick color, light blue, by adjusting this little line here. You know, pick whichever one you like. And then for the second one, again, I'm going to click on that gear icon. I'm going to make this one my 200 simple moving average. And this one, I'm going to make a light pink color. And again, that same kind of thickness. So now when I have my chart, I can see the 10, the 20, the 50 exponential moving average at the same time, along with the 100 daily and the 200 daily simple moving average. Joe says, how many indicators does TradingView allow for Pro? I don't know, but I think it can handle as many as you want to put on there. I'm pretty sure my eyeballs would get all confused and crossed up before I would run out of indicators. Keith says, your preference, SMA versus EMA for which time frames? For all time frames, I use the 10, 20, and 50 exponential moving average. For daily charts and weekly charts, I use the 10, 20, and 50 exponential, like I just said, plus the 100 and 200 simple moving average. I rarely, hardly ever use the 100 and 200 simple moving average on a 1 minute or 5 minute when I am when I'm day trading. Now, there are 3 things that the stock market looks at. It is price, volume, and time. All these indicators, actually, all of these indicators, however many hundreds of indicators there are here, and that are not here, all of the indicators are combinations of price, time, and volume. So I really need to put a volume on here. So I come down here to this one where it says volume. I click volume. And let's just see what format is. Okay, so volume, it'd be columns. I've got green for bullish when the stock price closes higher than it opens, and red volume bar for when it closes lower than when the stock opens. Volume is a line, that's fine. I can also make this into a area, and I can make that a light blue area, and there's a way to make it translucent. Precision scale, screen no scale. Oh, inputs. Moving average 20 looks good. So the volume there is a 20 moving average. I forgot how to make it. That's what his screen. No, that's not good. Let me go back to just a line. So there's my moving average line, and I can click OK. And I have my volume moving average down there. Looking at the chat pane very quickly. Dallin says, I mean the EMAs. Type in your question again, Alan. How do you get the indicators to appear? Oh, on the right side of the screen. All right, awesome, Dallin. I will get to that next. Now, when I'm day trading, I also like to use the volume weighted average price, so I can come on to indicators over here and come down here to VWAP. Again, it's not under volume weighted average price, it's just VWAP, and I click that. And for me, I like a pink line. Right now it says unsupported resolution, and that is because the volume weighted average price is for intraday. So if I click on a 5-minute chart here, the volume weighted average price comes up. Notice whatever candle I mouse over, I get all of these numbers appearing here. They can be useful. Yeah, cool. Now there was a question about how do you get the numbers over here? Because sometimes when a stock is going sideways, like this one, all of these lines appear on top of each other. Each number is a different color, and that can be useful, right? So the black is the current price, the brown is the 10 exponential moving average, blue is the 20, so on and so forth. How do you get that to show up? I'm going to click on this little gear icon down here in the bottom right that says Scale Properties. It is this one, Symbol Last Value. So if I turn that off, Symbol Last Value. It does some of the, maybe indicator last value. So if I turn on indicator last value, I get the price over here on the side. I'll put that one more time. And for those watching the video, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit disjointed. I got the request to do this video about 20 minutes ago. So I'm feeling around here, looking at the chat pane, trying to see which one, what do you guys want to see? Eric T says transparency is inside the color picker. So let's go back to volume. I'm going to click on this little deal that says format. It's inside the color. Ooh, there we go. So I can take that darker and I can change it from line to area, right? And transparency, I can, oh wait, inside the color picker, there we go. So there we go. Yep, I can make that look like that. Awesome. Thank you, Eric. Great. Matt says, what input number did you put for volume? Yeah, I believe I defaulted to 20. John says, how to shorten the range so the chart more understandable. I'm going to roll down with my mouse. With my mouse wheel, it does that. I'm going to roll up, and it does that. I can also take my mouse, go down here to the bottom, and I can just stretch the chart to put more or less data on it. Similarly, on the price axis, I can click and move my mouse up, which will increase the scale. I can click and move my mouse down. That'll adjust the scale again. Dallin's got a great idea for me to talk about. If your chart's all squished up, and look, something like that, you can come down here and click on this button that says Auto, and with one click, it will readjust your chart. Cool. So now I'm zooming in for some more goodies. When I'm doing day trades or swing trades, I like to draw stuff like this on the chart. Oh, one thing. Let's see. Yeah, all of that is still there. If you like how your indicators are set up, you can click on this drop-down box next to indicators and go to Save Indicator Template As, and then you can pick a name. Right, so I have mine set up as Brad's Lines. Of course, you won't be able to do that unless you somehow hack and log into the real life trading account. And if you do, let me know. We'll change our password. But I have my lines. Jeremy's got his lines. Latoya has her lines. I got even Derek Washington has lines in here. Those are probably set up from a coaching session because I do not think that Derek has access to our account. But the point is that you can save your templates, like we have a template for our Bollinger Bands. And I'll just go ahead, if you want to pause the video, I'll show you that our inputs are length 20. The source is the close, standard deviation is 2 for the Bollinger Bands. Those are pretty standard. So pause the video now if you want to see that. I'm going to click OK. Another template that I use a lot is stochastics and RSI. I like to see if a stock is showing divergence. Here's the daily picture. And again, I can click down here and I'll show you our settings for stochastics. Pause the video. It is 8/8/13/13. And there are our style settings. If you want to copy them, again, pause the video and copy if you want to do that. Click OK. Come down here to relative strength, RSI. Again, pause the video if you want to copy our style, and our inputs is basically just 9 and close. Alrighty, what else would you guys like to see me talk about or discuss as far as TradingView? Richard says, I use the 10 EMA for value for money entries, 20 EMA for short-term trends, 50 SMA closes for determining more sustainable trends. All right, and got more things. Yep. So Richard's got a definite plan and a pattern for things that are done. Go ahead and type in any more questions or things that you would like to see on TradingView that you think I can show. Oh, also, I'm just going to show there's a little cloud icon up here. Depending on what level of account you have, you can click that to save your charts. And if you have too many chart patterns, TradingView can slow down. So if you right-click somewhere, if you right-click on the chart screen, come down here to where it says Objects Tree. You can see all of the tickers where you have saved lines, and you can delete one line at a time, or you can just delete the whole entire ticker. If you're not going to need those lines anymore, that will free up just a little bit of memory and will allow your TradingView to function just a little bit faster. Sorry about coughing on the mic there. Eric says, who is the broker? The broker is different from my charting software. The charting software here is TradingView. You can find them at tradingview.com. But personally, I use interactive brokers, but that is not shown here. That's on a separate computer. Linda, how do you use those 3 icons as a floating palette on the main screen? 3 icons on a floating palette. This thing down here? Honestly, I have no idea. This is probably something that Jeremy set up as a default. From the cursor, I think Jeremy usually likes an arrow for the cursor. Personally, I like crosshairs. So Linda, I hope I answered your question. I believe I answered it to the best of my ability, unfortunately. How sad is that, right? Vincent says, do you use your intraday charts slow or fast stochastics? I do not use stochastics when I am day trading. I know people that do. But yeah, I just use candles, volume, and moving averages when I am day trading. Sophie says, can we get the previous indicator that I built by mistake? If you delete one, I do not know how to get it back by mistake, or I don't know how to get it back, Sophie. I apologize. Try hitting Control Z if you have a PC, or whatever undo is on your computer. Sometimes just doing undo will put things back. Keith, where to add symbols in the upper right? Okay, so over here, the top symbol for us is this little magnifying glass, and that's how we build a watch list. If you are looking at a ticker that you want to add, you can right-click on the chart and come down to this one that says Add Ticker to the Watch List. Then you get added to the watch list. Or you can just type it up here where it says Add Symbol, and I can add something like, maybe I want to track Apple, AAPL. I hit Enter, and then it appears at the bottom of my list. Now, we have a special account here at Real Life Trading that most of y'all will use. We have a corporate account, and we have to pay for each user on this same account. So because I don't want other people messing with my list, I can click on this little thing over here and come down here to say Save List As. So this is my list. I've got 2 lists. I believe Jeremy uses this one that says Gaps. Johnny has his list, and Latoya uses one called Watch List. Never mind, found it. All right. Volume weighted average price, what is it? So if I'm looking at an intraday chart, I see some of these moves today are on big volume and some are on small volume. The volume weighted average price reacts more to the big volume moves than the smaller volume moves based on, guess what? The amount of volume. So a simple moving average is going to take the last certain number of closes of the candle and create an average from that. The volume weighted average price is going to weight each data point by the number of shares traded within that time period. So for instance, this candle right here at 10:10 Eastern time on E-Trade, I'm looking at a 5-minute candle. The volume, I can look right up here at this green number when I mouse over that. The volume was 136,000 shares, and the closing price was $52.95. It says right there when I mouse over that candle. So there's a data point 52.95 that was weighted by 136,000 shares. Now over here on this candle at 11:15 Eastern time, there was very, very low volume. There was 14,000. And the closing price was 52.92. So that data point was weighted by 14,000, very, very low. And that's how the volume weighted average price is calculated. We use this volume weighted average price as a support or resistance line. And I will very, very rarely get into a day trade if I do not have this volume weighted average price between my entry and my protective stop. Because if the volume weighted average price is down here below my entry, I'm going to be worried that it's going to bounce off of that. If the volume weighted average price is above my protective stop, I'm worried that I may get triggered in, and then it goes back to that volume weighted average price, because it sometimes does act as a magnet. All right, Linda says, how do you create that small separate, okay, how do I create it? I don't know, Linda. Honestly, I apologize, I do not know. When I click on this thing here, it just appears. Now, if I want to click this drop-down box next to the top left icon, I can choose a cross, dot, arrow, eraser, and I just use cross. Does TradingView ever offer specials like 50% off? I don't know. TradingView is a separate company, and I am very fortunate because I work for Real Life Trading that Real Life Trading covers my TradingView account things. Vincent says the various terms like limit buy. Oops, got to scroll up. Chat pane's going a little bit crazy. How do I scroll up? All right, so I'm waiting for the chat pane. The various terms like limit buy, target stop, etc. Can you set them or do you type them in on each screen? So Vincent, if you come over here to the second one down and you click this drop-down box and you choose horizontal ray, I can click that, and when I click on something, right now this one says 20%. If I double click, I can change things like the style, the color. Like let's make this one, how about let's make it a pretty blue color. I guess that's blue. And I want to use the same color for text, and I want to say Vincent is awesome below this price. And then I can come over here, click on this one that says coordinates, and I want to make it at 55 point, I'm going to make it at 53.68, just doing that so it'll stay on my screen. And then I really like this one, so I'm going to again double click on it. I'm going to do this template, save as, and I'm going to call it Vincent is awesome. And then I click save. And now, whenever I do a line, I can come down here and let's say I can change it to, like, there's my list. Vincent is awesome. So when you see us putting stops, triggers, targets, all that kind of stuff, we're clicking very quickly because all of these have been saved as templates in our list. And it does make trading much quicker and easier. Brad says, how about how to save a chart and have it play forward in the future? If you click this little gizmo right up here, that little cloud icon, that will save all of your charts. And every time you go to a stock ticker, all of your previous lines would still be there. Man, wish I'd pulled the trigger on this Starbucks trade. I did pull the trigger on this Intel trade, and folks, you know, there was some discussion of, hey, should we try and ride Intel as high as it will go? This is a great reason as to why we exit almost all of our charts at, or all of our trades at 2R. Sophie says, can I add a pre-built indicator into indicator window? Yes. If you come into the indicator and just pick whichever one you want, like I can do this Arnaud Lego moving average. I just click on it, and there it is right there. And yeah, I can now, if I want to keep that, I come down here to, I click this drop down arrow, and I do save indicator template as, then whatever I type, that will be saved there on a permanent basis. Press that publish chart ID at the bottom right side, Brad. This is Jeremy. All right, so if I click publish idea, I can type in some titles about this. Intel day trade done today. Let's see, I'll just call it January 26, 2018. And I can put some description down here, and I'll say real life trading. Trader for the day was Jeremy Newsom. We were discussing if we should take all at 2R or let it ride. Statistically, we are more successful when we exit all at 2R, and this is why. All right, then I come down here to say publish public idea. Ooh, category. What's the category, Jeremy? Trend, blah, 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 chart patterns, chart patterns, chart patterns. And publish. If you are following real life trading, you cannot publish idea. Please try again. All right, I will figure that out. Oh, long tags, real life trading. Maybe that's why. Could not publish. All right, well, not sure why it's having trouble, but when Jeremy comes over here and publishes things, they go to your inbox. So if you are a TradingView user and you want to see the ideas that we publish, youtube.com, real life trading, trading view. If you do that little search, you'll see this, how to follow real life trading on TradingView. For those in the chat pane, I will share that with you. For those of you watching the video, you'll just have to do that YouTube search, just real life trading and TradingView, and you get a bunch of videos. I assume the video I'm recording now will be on there. John says, sorry, can you explain VWAP again? John, I will after I'm done with the video. I'll explain it again, but it is in this video. Okay, trying to scroll down in the chat pane, but you guys are tapping faster than my computer can go. Sophie says, can I build a few watch windows? Yes, but I believe you can only see one at one time. So you can, as far as I know, I can only see one watch list at a time. But if I want to switch over to my swing trading watch list, I can. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 watch lists at the current moment. Dallin says, I don't think you can publish an intraday chart. I can, Dallin. I think what the problem was, we're this late in the day, and I was trying to publish a 5-minute chart. And I believe later in the day, or maybe it's all day, TradingView doesn't really like 1-minute and 5-minute charts because by the time it gets published and sent out, usually the trade is over. So if I'd switched it to a 15-minute or an hourly, I believe it would have worked. Jorge is saying you can mark those items as favorites and then they show up in the floating dialog box. All right, thank you, Jorge. I appreciate that. Jeremy is confirming it has to be 15-minute chart or higher to publish it. All right, folks, we're getting close to 30 minutes, and I know that's a long time to be watching a video. That's a long time to be listening to me talk about anything. So if you have any, Sophie asked a great question. Can I receive text alerts for a price hit? I don't know. I think so. Tell you what, let's do this. Let's go to one on E-Trade. Ooh, glad I'm not on that one. If I put a horizontal ray, right, so I'm going to come over here to the second one down, and I'm going to click horizontal ray. And Vincent is very awesome, but Vincent is also awesome above that price. So let me just, I'll just call it a stop. Ooh, how about spread trigger? That looks good. Spread trigger. And it's not updating. All right, well, it will soon. All right, well, let's just use this one, Vincent Mendawson. I can go over here to say add alert. So how do I do that? I right-clicked on it, and the top one is add alert on horizontal. Right now, alert actions, show pop-up sound, or show pop-up and play a sound. Here it is, send email. Send email to SMS. SMS means text message, or just send text message. So if I click on that, probably has Jeremy Newsom's cell phone number for the account. So I could put these things all over the place and just really blow up his text string. So who asked that question? Sophie, did Sophie? Yes, Sophie. Remind me on Jeremy's birthday or on April Fool's Day, and we'll see if we can blow up Jeremy's cell phone. Groovy. All right, folks, great questions. Thank you, folks, for helping me do the video because, again, I actually just got a phone call about 20 minutes before I did this video from a real-life trader saying, hey, got a few questions. So I said, let's record a video because here at Real Life Trading, that's actually how, Jeremy, would you say 90% of our videos on YouTube got there? People just saying, hey, I got a question. So we just hit record and answer it, right?
Yeah, you know, I did a survey on that, and it was 89.3% of all of our videos are from
No
requests.
way. Well, I get a frequent moderator point for guessing 90%. Folks, if you want to see more videos from Real Life Trading, come over here to YouTube and click Real Life Trading. There's a ton of videos there. We do have free education. If you go to reallifetrading.com and come over here where it says free, we have tons of free classes. As you probably have heard me say, I'm looking at the chat pane. We do have live webinars. And if you want to come over here where it says premium, we have live webinars where you can watch us trade live. Okay, so those of y'all have been asking me how much it usually is. Here are the prices, how much it usually is. If you sign up today, it is much, much cheaper. And if we do ever lower the price, everyone gets the lower price. So I know a lot of real life traders are switching to the lower price this week, so congratulations. If you have any questions, my email is brad@reallifetrading.com. Hit me up. And until I get to trade with y'all again, thanks for watching this video. Trade on logic, not on hope. Have a good one, everybody.